fans, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we have returned. We have returned with the semi-finals or semi-finales of the WardiTV Monday number 23. We've returned with our PvP, and here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Leylines, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player from South Korea, representing herO Gaming. WBG. It is herO. Let's go. Let us go. And if you're in the chat, hey, Fappy, you know what time it is? It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat with your predictions. Coming into this, I'll be honest, this is going to be a hard one to call. MaxPax, he is a beast. He's an animal. He's a very strong player. Of course, he's arguably the best Protoss in the world. Likewise, so is herO. herO and MaxPax, they are number 1 and number 2. They are interchangeable at times. They both have their strengths, they both have their weaknesses, and we have seen them go back and forth. In recent memory, in recent events, we did see that herO, he did have his way with MaxPax in Masters Coliseum 8. Did knock him down to lower bracket, where MaxPax did end up falling to Serral. But likewise, actually, I was going to say that we saw MaxPax have a better performance at Little League Cup, but at the same time, I believe MaxPax and herO, they avoided each other. If you remember, it was Raynor that knocked out herO in Little League Cup, not MaxPax. They actually did not play, which was a little bit disappointing because I wanted that rematch. I wanted that rematch between the two of them, and now we get it here. In a sense, it's a best of 3, not a best of 5, so not exactly the rematch that I was hoping for, but regardless, facing off here and now in the WardiTV Monday. Let's go. For the time being, we do have our setup here. We have a herO going for the gate into Cybercore, into expansion. We do have a mirrored build as MaxPax is doing the same. Stargate first out of MaxPax. herO, Stargate first as well. Uh-oh. We've been here before. So, Stargate openers all around, and our players should be confirming this. And if that is the case, Phoenix Wars. Phoenix Wars are going to be upon us. Nexus gets thrown down for herO. Nexus gets thrown down for MaxPax as well. So far, mirror build. MaxPax. Ooh, does he scout the main? He does. No, he doesn't. Doesn't know. Okay, MaxPax, he doesn't know there's a Stargate. herO doesn't either, but MaxPax is very predictable. He's very predictable here. You can make an assumption that there is a Stargate here from MaxPax instead. So herO can open Phoenix. What does MaxPax do? Phoenix. Okay, good read. Good read out of MaxPax. Phoenix opener into Phoenix opener. Welcome, one and all, to Phoenix Wars. Oh boy, this is how Phoenix Wars are made, as both players did open Stargate. Both players, they assume that the other's also going Stargate as well, and now you start, and you do not stop making Phoenixes, because when you stop, you die. And likewise, these early engagements are critical. They're crucial here. Now, herO, he's intentionally hiding his Phoenix. Oh, but alas, only for so long. Is now revealed. herO moving out with his initial ground army. We'll see what he can get done. As Adept does fall. Did have to use 2 lifts on that. 2 lifts on the Adept. herO moves out with his ground army. Shading into the mineral line. Oh, doesn't commit. Second Stargate on the way for MaxPax. Second Stargate on the way for herO. Again, committing to double Stargate Phoenix. And there is maybe a small window here. herO does have a slightly faster Stargate by a couple of seconds, but it's only by a couple of seconds. It shouldn't be the biggest of deals. So far, we're still keeping up with each other. Up! Ooh, and herO, he will lose the Phoenix. He will lose one already. And he will not get the other, and with that, MaxPax takes a massive lead, a massive advantage. 1 Phoenix lead is huge here in a PvP mirror matchup. And herO, he has to make up for that in some way. Shades into the mineral line. Gets 1 probe. Yeah, 1 probe goes down, but that's it. And MaxPax takes the lead. Does take a lead. And hero's in trouble. He is in trouble here. As being up or down 1 Phoenix can very quickly snowball out of control when it comes to the next big fight. Ooh, supply block there. Uh-oh. Big supply block here from MaxPax will delay Phoenix production, and that will allow herO to catch up. So that should not have happened here. That was a brutal supply block. herO, of course, he doesn't know. Doesn't know there was a supply block. Does stack up. herO, up, up. Trying to catch him out. Oh, losing another Phoenix. No shot. Please add another Phoenix. Not like this. Once again, herO trying to stack shots, so it's MaxPax. Trades 1 for 1. Oof. Yeah, they don't have trading here. And reinforcements have arrived. herO gets forced back. Down a Phoenix. Oh, does reinforce. We're even. Yeah, we're still even 3 versus 3. Still very tense. HP in favor of herO. Not bad. Oh, has the guy back. Bleeds out another though. Yeah, bleeds out another. And MaxPax does come out ahead in that skirmish. Barely. Whew. Barely comes out ahead. Third base is now on the way. Getting a fleet beacon into range. herO is not getting to his own upgrade. He's going for a third Stargate instead. Bold move. So herO, he will have more Phoenixes. Meanwhile, MaxPax will get the first shot off. Again, Phoenix range means he will get that first shot off. So an extra volley. And of course, he will have kiting potential as well. So you're building up more Phoenixes. Island in positions in my bases. There's that Phoenix range. And we'll see if herO can overwhelm. That's the goal for herO. Is to just straight up overwhelm the army. And come in with a greater Phoenix count. Still currently behind. Because of the earlier fights. Again, we can see here, herO, he lost 8 Phoenixes to the 6 of MaxPax. So it's just been worse trades for herO. So he currently has an even Phoenix count. But once again, here he's looking for a fight. He gets spotted. Gets spotted. Does commit. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Yeah, better start for herO. Yeah, here's the better start. Can chase this down. Does he have enough though? Not quite. Yeah, not quite. He's going to be overwhelmed. He can be chased down as well. Extra shots going up. Remember Phoenix range. And GG gets called. MaxPax, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Does take the game. Phoenix range did come into play towards the end. And with that, MaxPax does take a lead. Takes the lead, and now we're getting to game number 2. Now we'll see if we enter Phoenix Wars once again. It's not something that that herO enjoys playing. Neither does MaxPax, to be fair. It can be very intense, as we saw. Oh. Uh-oh. As we are getting into our next game. Never mind. We were going to be getting into our next game, but it does look like we won't be able to. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Looks like they did begin without us. Unfortunately, they didn't post a lobby link or anything like that, so does look like the upper matches did complete. Clem took down Trigger 2-1, and Clem does the advanced auto face-off against Solar. The upper match will be held until MaxPax and herO do conclude. So until they're done. And unfortunately, we won't be able to see the conclusion, potentially, of this series. MaxPax and herO, they're getting into game 2, and I guess we'll see what happens. See what happens. We're going to be going on a small break here. We're going to be going on a break, and when we come back, we will have either the ace match or we'll have our next semifinals. It's a bit of a shame, but we missed out. Did miss out. So yeah, I guess we'll see you after the game. See you after the game, Pat. And And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, we missed out on game 2, unfortunately, but we're here for game 3. We're here for the ace match. We're in the semifinals of the WardiTV Monday number 23. We are tied up 1-1, and it all ends here. It all ends on Amygdala. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the red Protoss player, well, the Danish Protoss representing StarCraft Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. Here we go. Whew. As again, we did miss out on game 2, unfortunately. For those that are curious, for those who did not see, game 2 was on Abyssal Reef, and it was Phoenix Wars again. It was Phoenix Wars once again. herO, he once again went for the strategy of going into additional Stargates. He was able to gain a Phoenix advantage, and he was able to overwhelm MaxPax. MaxPax, instead, he was taking up into Phoenix range and into a mothership, but he was called out with a lower Phoenix count, and herO was able to overwhelm. And with that, we find ourselves in the ace match. Let's go. It all ends here. It all ends on Amygdala. So we settle in. Again, it's always a little bit disheartening when we're ever left out of a game. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. See in chat, I wonder if there's been cases where they leave their primary cast out of a game. That has happened before. Yeah, that's happened plenty of times. It's a bit of a shame whenever it does happen, but it's happened before. Typically, whenever it happens in some of these events, we're able to notice, and we just like leave, and we can remake, and we can invite, you know, Wardi or Pig or whoever got left out. But there have been cases where the primary cast was left out of the game. Smooch. Players, they just want to go. But now though, we're settling in. We do have our initial openers here. We have our Gate, Cybercore Expand out of MaxPax. Likewise, herO going for the same opener as well. We have mirrored builds, and from here we can go for a Stargate, or we could try to skip our tech instead. There it is, Stargate for MaxPax. No surprise there. herO, do we go Stargate? Do we go Phoenixes for a third game in a row? Show us what you got. Show us what you got. As it looks like no. The answer is no. Okay, no Phoenix Wars for game 3. Let's go. Instead, we have a proxy. We have a proxy here towards the top side. We have a second gate at home. This looks like 3 gate. This looks like a proxy third gateway and mass stalker aggression here from herO. We'll see what he can get done. We'll see if he can break through the initial defenses and get some economic damage. Until then, MaxPax, he will gain map control with the oracles. Let's go. Oracle is on the way. I was tuning into the Wardi broadcast to catch up with what was happening in game 2. Like the entire time they were like just talking about EWC. It's like, oh, okay. There's literally no discussion about the game at all. Okay. Fair enough. I see. They were just smoging. But it's all good. We at least made it into the ace match. Oracle is moving out. Adepts so far distracting here in the main. There are some workers at the natural. Thankfully here he pulls away in time. Does pull away, and he should be able to preserve his workers. Should be able to keep up. Oh! And he will zone away. We'll zone the Oracle away. Meanwhile, here comes that gateway. Does come online, and here he commits. Again, here he's not making probes. He's not saturating. He is all in. The Nexus is just there for show, but there are 2 shield batteries. Yeah, the shield batteries finish up just in time. Stalker is safe. Void Ray does pop out. And as the Void Ray count builds up, then MaxPax is becoming that much more and more secure. But jeez, that's going to be 7 Stalkers. He commits, 1 Stalker goes down. Ooh, second Stalker as well. Brutal pickups. Shield batteries are just now out of energy. That's still a lot of losses here for herO. Oh no! At the same time, Stasis in the main catches everything. The entire army gets caught out. Another Stalker falls. Down to 6. 6 Stalkers left. Pylon's gonna fall. Going for the Void Ray, but now there's a second Void Ray. Yo, MaxPax, he's holding. He's holding on. He stifles the economy of herO. Takes down another Stalker, and every Stalker counts here. It's just so brutal. We barely have an army. Still in 6. Oh god. Calm down. As here he is reinforcing, warping in 2 soldiers at a time. Warps them in back at home to defend. And he's forced to recall. Ay. Forced to recall back home. herO, he recognizes he cannot break MaxPax, and now herO is behind. MaxPax, he has a better saturation, of higher worker counts, likewise better tech as well. Twilight Council's on the way. Extra gateways. herO was all in, and it's going to be difficult to macro out of this. Not impossible, but difficult. We go. Yeah, setting up. Max actually just taking a third. Knocks down the proxy. Getting into blink. Now, we've spoken about this before. In PvP in this mirror matchup, there are ways to bounce back. You can be behind, but you can pop off with Dark Templar, with Disruptors, by outpositioning your opponents with Mass Blink Stalker. There are ways to bounce back, but there's a lot of pressure here on herO. As the game goes on, MaxPax is getting further ahead. Even here, herO supply blocked. Like, he just can't warp in. He can't make probes. Can't warp in either. Here comes MaxPax. He's moving out. He gets spotted. And hero's in trouble. I don't think he can save the third. It'll be impressive if he does. We'll see. Force field locks down 2 Stalkers. Brutal pickups. Down to 5 Stalkers. And he should knock this down. There's no saving the base. It's not going to happen. Nexus is going to be denied. Oof, that's a cancel. And MaxPax doesn't even have to fight here. Doesn't have to, but he will. Activates prismatic alignment. Shuts down the Void Rays. Sorry, shuts down the Stalkers with the Void Rays. 4 Stalkers left. Down to 3. Down to 3 Stalkers. Oh my god. Stasis doesn't go off. As Oracle was deflected. Oh no. As the stasis does connect towards the end, MaxPax is coming in. The Immortal is exposed. MaxPax, he could try to dive on the army here. And triggers the shields. Diving on the Immortal. Blink is done. And the first Immortal goes down. He gets one, he gets both. Gets both Immortals. And here he just cannot hold his own. Not anymore. Down to 3 Stalkers left. Shield battery is done. The shield battery will help. But MaxPax, he can just blink. He can just blink to his heart's content. He can micro back, preserve his army. And he has broken here at the same time. It Shade into the mineral line. Sorry, Oracle into the mineral line. Probes are going down, and here is pulled apart. GG gets called, and MaxPax will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax, he will claim the series, will advance on. Again, herO, he had the attempted all-in there, the attempted aggression, but alas, over time, did run out of steam, did fall apart, was not able to break through, and congratulations here to MaxPax. He will claim the series. He's in those finals, and we'll see who will join him in those grand finals. Who's it going to be? Up next, we have our ZVT. It's going to be Clem versus Solar. Let's go. But again, herO, he was just in a rough position after the failed all-in. It was a really quirky all-in as well. What I'm referring to is, if you remember, herO, he made a natural. He invested into a Nexus, which was a fake, right? It was a fake out, basically. A fake Nexus, no saturation. But that was a big investment, and that meant that there were less warp-ins, less Stalkers, less to move out across the map. But also, it was a delayed one-base all-in as well, so it was a really quirky all-in, and ideally it catches MaxPax off guard without any shield batteries. Unfortunately, MaxPax, he did notice. He noticed how few workers there were at the natural, so he threw down shield battery after shield battery, was able to set up, and able to persevere. GG. GG, well played. As MaxPax is our first finalist, and we have our next series getting ready for us. Game 1 is going to be on Amygdala.